Oh, come on, what other episode could I possibly pick for Halloween? The Haunted Mask was actually the very first episode of Goosebumps ever, and in my opinion, it's also where the series peaked. Never again would a single episode come close to matching this one. The Haunted Mask is the only episode to ever actually feel like it's telling a horror story. The story centers around a teenage girl named Carly Beth, who's known for being scared of pretty much everything. After a prank at school pushes her over the edge, she decides it's time for payback. She buys a mask from a novelty store and goes out scaring people in disguise. She's having the time of her life until the mask starts to alter her personality and slowly starts to take possession of her. I'm not doing a standard jokey review of this episode because I legitimately want you to go and watch this. It's up on Netflix. What really sets this episode apart is the direction. How everything is executed is so far and away from what future episodes would do. If you watched a couple of dippy episodes like Say Cheese and Die or Scarecrow Walks at Midnight and then watched this one, you'd swear you were watching a different series. It's both fascinating and baffling how the series declined after this. Probably my favorite aspect of The Haunted Mask is its subtlety. It's true that the Goosebumps series is aimed at a younger audience, but its heart and soul is in being creepy and delivering scares. Kids like being scared more than they let on, and I'd even argue that it's good for them. Kids need to learn that it's okay to be scared, and that being scared is actually how you learn to be brave. After The Haunted Mask, the Goosebumps series sold out and put its priorities in being a kids show first and being a horror variety show second, with the exception of Stay Out of the Basement. The Haunted Mask doesn't talk down to its audience, it actually challenges them. It knows when to be quiet and let the pace of the actors and what's happening on screen to determine the mood. It doesn't feel the need to have constant noise and music going on in the background. Not every kid is a sarcastic whippersnapper, and it goes for the power of suggestion in everything it does. The acting is actually pretty good too. It's tough to find good kid actors, but everyone is believable and they play off each other very naturally. But the one who steals the show is Nolan Fox as the novelty shop owner.
I don't think Chuck and Steve will be scared by a gorilla mask, though.
Who?
Oh, these guys at school, all they do is torture me.
And
I want to get even.
Revenge.
If there was a downside to The Haunted Mask, it's how they bookend the episode. They bring in R.L. Stine, the man himself, to both introduce the episode and to wrap things up at the end. It's so painfully awkward. He really doesn't seem like he wants to be there. You're supposed to get your audience's attention with the intro, not kill the mood with the enthusiasm of a piss-soaked mop. I'm not expecting the Crypt Keeper here. You could just run the episode without him. He's a writer, not an actor.
Viewers beware, you're in for a scare.
Minor nitpick aside, The Haunted Mask is far and away the best Goosebumps episode to exist. It's got creepy dark visuals down, subtle build to its climax, a sympathetic lead, and a nice twist at the end. Stay Out of the Basement is almost as good, but if you only watch one episode of Goosebumps tonight, make sure it's The Haunted Mask.